Well, I've made no secret of the fact that I absolutely detest motorhomes, road maggots. I've said many times before that unless the drivers of these things want to confine their travel to the early hours of the morning, or now that's no good for me either, they're to stay off my roads. However, they are everywhere, and it appears Kiwis using them is a growing trend, with sales from a recent motorhome show up 50% on last year. So are we witnessing a change in the way we holiday, we lead our lives? Is the traditional Kiwi bach on the coast out of favour, particularly with the baby boomers as they retire? I'm joined now by New Zealand Motor and Caravan Association CEO Bruce Bochore. Bruce, good morning.
Good morning.
This is the reason that I wanted to talk to you is that it does appear that there is a trend away, maybe for financial reasons, from the Kiwi bach, and more people are buying these more luxurious American-style motorhomes.
Yeah, it's a bit of both cost and also lifestyle choices. So the baby boomers, this generation, they're active, they're fit, they're healthy, and they want to get out and do things. So that's part of the reason is they want to get around the country. The other part is, of course, it's a lot cheaper. Even the most expensive one is still a lot cheaper than buying a bach.
Because what are you looking at? For the most expensive sort of motorhome, real absolute luxury, all the whiz-bang gadgets, a couple of $100,000?
About $350.
Yep.
For the very top of the range stuff. But most of it's somewhere between $60 to $200, around about $120 is about the average price.
And there are no lawns to mow.
That's it. That's it. Oh, look, there's even villages now being created. In Papamoa, there's a thing called Freedom Village there where they're actually actively promoting, trying to attract motorhomers there.
Okay, so this is almost the next lock and leave. That's right. So you don't have to drive the bloody things around on the road and hold me up.
That's it.
The trend is not just for like the baby boomers, which is what you're seeing now in the association, who are going out and buying these luxury things and not having to fork out for a holiday home. But it's also at further on in life where people are saying, hang on, we're sitting in a house which is worth a fortune, as an expensive asset to maintain. We could sell this, have money in the bank, buy a beautiful trailer home and live in a village such as the one you mentioned.
No, not trailer homes. No, that sort of thing's not happening.
Camper van.
No, they're the houses.
Yep.
They're actually brick and tile houses, but they've got driveways next door that they
Room
can park
for the camper van next door.
They can park it, so they don't have lawns or anything like that. So small lawns, they can go away and they're in a community. They can lock the house, drive away for 3 months, 6 months, come back, just park their motorhome again, back inside into their normal house.
So at the moment, we are not seeing the trend into that for older people, because that's certainly happening overseas.
It started. It has started. It's early days for that, because the baby boomers have only been coming online for 4 years, just under 4.5 years, and so it's just early days for that.
Is there a downside to it?
Well, it's just there's a lot of them. And I suppose, as you're always talking about, Paul, they're always on the road.
Yeah.
So and that's going to continue.
But for the person doing it, for the person saying, look, I think I'll get out of a house, I'll save myself all the overheads, and I'll buy one of these huge motorhomes. Is there a downside to living like that?
Well, the key is not to get out of a house. They actually have some bricks and mortar somewhere. So you've got something to come back to, because you can't do this forever. It's not about living in it. It's about travelling around, whether it's 3, 6, 12 months, and then going back to normal life, and then maybe going away for another visit. So the key is keeping a house somewhere.
All right. So for people who don't do this, is the problem going to be finding a place to park these things?
Yep.
Like, I've got a beach house. I don't want one of these things parked in my front lawn. I no longer have a beach house.
Yep.
I have a view of a Winnebago.
Yeah, and that's the issue that we deal with local councils, to make sure that we work within the communities, because this will become another
issue.
Yeah. So we're trying to work with them now to make sure it doesn't become an issue. And most councils and communities understand that and trying to work together.
A lot of people buy these things overseas, in America, obviously. You've got to be careful doing that, because some of the dimensions of the American ones actually are not allowed on the roads in New Zealand. What's the most popular that's being imported in terms of the real luxury ones?
Probably death lifts. And Bernster. They're the two from Germany. They're probably the top end.
And you're talking separate bedrooms here and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these got all the
separate
flash.
bedrooms.
It's an apartment on wheels. Death trap. All right. Thank you very much, Bruce. Bruce Bochore from the Motorhomes Association. He's the CEO of